please don't hold them up in the air like a lion cub. I know it makes a great photo, but unfortunately the warden does not permit us to stop for photos with anyone being held in the air for the safety of the animals and safety of everyone on board. Well, we are just about to enter the reserve, but we do like to contact the wardens anytime we enter the reserve, so we really should see if we can get one in radio range. So there's no time like the present time here. Airborne Patrol! Airborne Patrol from Simba 1. Over.
It is Walker Wilson Latour. Over.
Well, Jumbo Wilson, Simba 1, entering the reserve near the Little Aturi Forest. Over.
I'm Jumbo, Simba 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Roger that, Wilson. Roger that. So you heard him, folks. Keep your eyes open, as animals do have a tendency to blend right into their background. Kind of like that little yellow-backed diker lying down over there. A dark brownish animal with a big yellow stripe. Diker is an Afrikaan word meaning diver, so anytime they sense danger, they dive head first into the bushes. Now, no, that's not a zebra. That's no copy there. They weren't discovered till 1901 by the Western world. They were thought to be related to a zebra, but their only relative is the giraffe. So, ladies and gentlemen, any first-time safari goers with me today? Yeah, well, whether it's your first, second, or even 100th safari, if you take a few moments to look right up there above your head, you're going to see a long list of animals. It's there as a spotting guide, simply there to help you identify any animal we may encounter. And though we typically don't see them all, we do tend to get pretty lucky and see one or two of them from time to time. So you'll definitely want to be having your eyes open.
Look at them things.
Especially around small watering holes like this one here on the left-hand side. As most animals do have to come to get a drink at one point or another. Kind of like these greater kudu on the right-hand side. Up on top of the hill, they are the second largest species of antelope in Africa. Fully grown, a greater kudu can weigh as much as 750 pounds. Now, unfortunately, the warden doesn't permit me to stop for every animal on the reserve, so you may want to put those cameras on sports or action mode. I'm going to be doing my best to slow down, try to give you a little extra assistance in getting those photos. Now, ladies and gentlemen of that list up above your head, is there an animal in particular that anybody would really like to encounter? I mean, after all, we are out here for 2 whole weeks.
I don't get it.
You don't get it? Which one? We're out here. Cheetah, we're out here for 2 whole weeks. I mean, come on, we're going to need a lot of animals. Otherwise, it's going to be one really quick safari. Well, here on the left-hand side, a saddle-billed stork lying down. They actually stand up to 5 feet tall with a wingspread at 9 feet, making them one of the tallest storks in Africa. Actually, one of the tallest storks in the world. Now, if the animals are going to continue to play hide and seek, then we're going to go ahead and continue on to the next part of the reserve. Let's see if we can find us a kiboko today. So how about anybody want to see a kiboko? Anybody know what a kiboko is? I'll take that as a no. It's actually Swahili for hippo. You see, hippos are one of the larger species of animals here in Africa. As a baby hippo can weigh 85 pounds at birth, while a full-grown male will tip the scales around 5,000 pounds. Now, most people believe that hippos spend all day swimming, and no, that's not true either, because they're not strong swimmers. Instead, they hold their breath, submerge, walk on the bottom, usually 5 to 8 minutes at a time. That one's blowing bubbles with its nose. He's talented. Here on the left-hand side, a couple of smaller birds here, but these large gray and white birds are actually pink-backed pelicans, which work together to herd fish into shallow waters, where they can feed on fish as a family. They're also one of the few pelican species to build nests in trees and gather in colonies. Now, if you look at those nests there, you may see some baby pink-backed pelicans underneath mamas. Nothing else great view of these hippos right here on the left-hand side. And they hold their breath for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time. But each night they'll leave the watering hole in search of food and consume up to 150 pounds of grass before returning back to the watering hole. Now I do appreciate everyone remain seated. Please continue to do so, especially as we come around this corner here. I mean, we're coming up to a rickety old bridge, and I would be quite honest and say I really would prefer not to lose anyone else off this bridge. You may laugh at this, but you have not seen the growing population of Nile crocodiles gathering down there. That's why it's very important everyone's fully seated, as crocodiles are much larger and much more aggressive than the American alligator. I mean, their jaws are so powerful they can easily crush the bones of their prey in one single snap. They do have bite forces that exceed 1,200 pounds pressure per square inch.
Wow.
Good enough reason to me why rickety old bridges and crocodiles are not necessarily the safest or the smartest combination in the world.
Simba 1, come in.
Oh, Simba 1. Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the Red Clay Pit. You definitely want to check out that area.
Well, roger that, Wilson. And, well, as we cross onto the savannah, you'll see a different ecosystem and different animals. That's right, speaking of different, look at that funny looking upside down tree. Yep, that is definitely different. Though it is quite common here in Africa. Known as a baobab tree, it survives long periods of droughts by storing water in their trunk and going close to 9 months without any leaves. Though this right here is my favorite view of the reserve. It is the Serengeti grasslands, which stretch for hundreds of miles across Africa. Acting kind of like a super highway, it's a great location to find millions of migrating animals that use it each and every day. It's also a great location to find some of the more famous animals, such as the twiga, tembo, and simba. Oh, on the right hand side, I do see some grayish animals lying down, known as the white-bearded wildebeest. They are another species of antelope, migrating in herds of 1.5 million and more each year across Africa, and that makes them the favorite prey for lions. That's why wildebeest calves are typically on the run about 5 to 10 minutes after birth for the protection of the herd's numbers. But we're going to go ahead and continue on to what other animals we may be able to find out here on the reserve. Just tell me something, folks. Right now, just looking around, how many animals do you see? Don't worry, it's not a trick question. I'll take that as a 0. But keep your eyes open here. One of them in disguise are these taller mounds, kind of cone and funnel shaped. These are termite mounds. Hard as concrete, they're one of the favorite scratching posts for elephants and giraffes. Eventually they wear down, and these smaller antelope here on the left-hand side, known as the Thompson gazelle or Tommy, will stand on top of them looking out for predators in the taller grass.
They really are cute.
Now look at them, they look like cute, adorable little babies. They're actually cute, adorable, fully grown adults here, folks. Most Tommies only weigh about 55 to 60 pounds, but at 50 miles per hour, don't underestimate them.
But I've seen slides on those. They're big.
Yeah.
You look like a big softie.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's play a little game here. Tell me, how many giraffes do you see? Okay, we'll come around the corner a little bit further here. Okay, now how many giraffes do you see?
I don't see any.
1, 2, I'm looking at 2 right now. 2 of them up underneath the trees up ahead there. Don't worry, this isn't a trick question. This is a great example of how well these animals really do blend in. Even up there as we speak up on top of that hill, some animals that look like longhorns are actually Ankole cows. Now both male and female Ankole can grow horns up to 6 feet long and have circumferences of those horns of close to 20 inches around at the base. That's a horn slightly smaller than a bowling ball around. You would expect such large, massive horns to be extremely heavy when they're very lightweight because they're hollow inside. Blood flows through them, acting kind of like a radiator to keep them cool up to temperatures of 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Now if you're the white-bearded wildebeest there on the right, I also want to point out this cute little animal right up ahead. Well, he's not necessarily little, but he's kind of off on his own. It's a water buck. Eats crepusculus. Yep, simply means he eats morning, noon, and night. Water bucks actually get their name from their sweat, which is a greasy, oily substance waterproof in their hair. They evade predators through streams and rivers. With a couple of Maasai giraffe over here on the right-hand side. 1, 2, and 3, one right ahead of us. Maasai giraffe do grow to be about 19 feet tall, but they only average about 14 to 16 feet. Now, they have an oak leaf pattern of spots on their body. Only grow to be about 2,200 pounds. I know, only. So everyone's seeing 3 giraffes right now, correct? Because I'm seeing 4. We're going to get a better view of the reticulated giraffe up ahead here in just a few moments. As the word giraffe itself comes from the old Arabic language, meaning one who walks most graceful, though we prefer using their Swahili name of Twiga here in Harambe. With a long neck, though, and a long tongue measuring up to 18 inches, they are the ideal pruning shear, trimming the underside of branches, allowing more light to shine through. Well, folks, up here on the left-hand side is a reticulated giraffe. They get their name from the Latin word reticulata, meaning net-like, making up the net-like shaped pattern of spots on their body. They grow about 20 feet tall, weighing around 2,500 pounds. Very distinct pattern of spots there. Well, folks, we're going to be going a little bit slower here through the reserve, as looks like up ahead we're having some problems with some white rhinos blocking some trucks. See, definitely a big difference in size. Reticulated giraffe on the left, Maasai giraffe on the right.
What is your location? Over.
Just coming up to Monkey Point, Wilson.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid fortune may be in the reserve.
Roger that, Wilson, but up ahead, this is no baby elephant. This is a full-grown elephant right here. Elephants are the largest land animal in the world, weighing as much as 17,000 pounds. Swahili word for elephant is tembo, while on the left-hand side or underneath the trees, the mandrill monkey, which can weigh as much as 100 pounds.
Yep.
Now they do sport a blue nose with a red stripe, just like Rafiki. Though they're extremely shy, it's just be able to great to see one right through the trees. 6, 7, 4 and 2 halves. You see the little 4 half. Well, folks, elephant on the right-hand side. And I want to see if we can get a radio station, because I think it'd be a lot of fun to do a sing-along out here. Just gotta find a frequency with clear station. Oh, this one's good. This right here, this song has been on the top 40 for the last 13 years here in Harambe. If you don't know the words, just make some up. What do oh, now, why am I the only one singing here? I'm actually going to turn off the radio here. We're coming up to another rickety old bridge, but it's okay. Just remember, Hakuna Matata. No cares, no worries, and no crocodiles either. So I mean, we're really... Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Willie, you're right! It's okay. It's okay, folks. I'm off the bridge. I'm off the bridge. But now that you are too, we can continue our safari. As animals may pass by on the left from time to time, most likely they've gotten ahead of us. We're just going to have to keep our eyes open as we are approaching the red clay pits Wilson's been bragging about. Now, fresh tusk marks and footprints are pretty clear evidence elephants have been gathering here. As elephants tend to eat this guy, he gives them lots of minerals. They may not get their everyday diet. While here on the reserve, though, scientists are constantly studying the vocal communications of the elephant to see how they interact and what they need to survive. The more we learn about them, the better we can serve to protect them in the wild and on the reserve. Oh, okay, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you missed a picture of the baobab tree, don't worry about it. We didn't want you to go home disappointed, so if you look off to your right-hand side, not only one, but two baobab trees on the right with a gigantic baobab tree on the left. Yep, even some elephants on the left, including a little baby elephant. We're going to see if we can get a little bit better view of that baby elephant, as they do weigh about 300 pounds the day they're born. I know 300 pounds sounds like a big baby, ladies, but take into consideration that a baby elephant is carried for a 22-month pregnancy. Oh, that got a lot of sour looks. Right there in the back there. Look right behind Big Mama right there walking around. Little baby underneath her.
You see it?
Yep.
Now, elephants are constantly throwing sand, dirt, mud, water, any kind of muck they can on their back as a way to protect themselves from sunburn. Though they do have thick skin, it is extremely sensitive skin, so they do sunburn very easily. Also, flapping their ears is a great way to keep cool because their ears are outlined in blood veins and blood vessels. By flapping ears, they can actually lower their blood temperature a couple of degrees. And a great view of this baobab tree up here on the left-hand side.
These animals got pretty clean water to drink.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks. Great view of a small flock of greater flamingos here on the left. Now, these are the lightest color of the species, and their color comes from their diet of tiny brine shrimp and other water creatures with a high level of
Aren't
carotene.
they pretty?
It is the carotene that turns their feathers a light pink. Now, they push mounds of dirt together in order to lay their eggs on, but there's something very familiar about the shape of that mound there on the left-hand side. Well, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes open for my favorite animal of the whole reserve, the white rhino. Because they too are on the verge of being much like the black rhino. Thanks to anti-poaching and a widespread of conservation, their numbers have come back to sustainable counts though. They can weigh as much as 5,500 pounds and are capable of charging speeds of 35 miles per hour. That's the same speed as the black rhino, but only twice the size. Go up ahead here, and you see a brownish animal with white stockings, white hindquarters, and a white stripe down its face, known as a bontebok. Now folks, it's great to just be able to see a bontebok because they are completely extinct in the wild. They are only found on protected reserves to this day. And right over here, behind this bontebok, there's even some ostrich eggs. Each egg can weigh 3 pounds, and it is the largest egg in the world. Of course, what do you expect from the largest bird in the world? One that's completely flightless and relies on speeds of 40 miles per hour? We don't actually refer to the ostrich by the word ostrich. We call them by their Swahili name, which is mabuni. I tell you folks, you're going to go home speaking Swahili.
Simbawan, I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west.
West.
It will be worth it.
Okay, Wilson, if you think we should head west. Now folks, before we do, I want you to take your camera down and start zooming in on them, because right up on the hill, looks like 3 cheetahs lying down. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal, just to the right of the tree that V's off. Right over there. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal in the world.
Oh, there they are, up there.
They can reach speeds up to 70 miles per hour while hunting.
Up there.
And unlike the other big cats, cheetahs do their hunting during the daytime.
Yeah, they're upset.
Their Swahili word for cheetah, Duma.
They're asleep.
Now, since there are 3 of them all piled up right there, I'm sitting here thinking, since they are daytime hunters and they do reach speeds of 70 miles per hour, and this truck runs about. Well, I'm just thinking it'd be a lot safer if we go ahead and continue on. Besides, Wilson wants us to head west to this large group of rocks known as the Kofi, which is actually home to the bigger cats such as lions. Oh, lions love these Kofis because they can view over the area for any potential prey that may happen to wander by. Fortunately for us, they do remain inactive up to 20 hours a day. Whether it's lying around on a rock sunning themselves or taking a little cat nap in the shade like that female's doing right there, when it comes time to hunt, the females hunt for the prey. They'll stay back taking care of the cubs. So if I want to take a guess what the Swahili word for lion is? Oh, that's the English word. We want the Swahili word. Simba, that's right. What's Swahili for lioness? Nala, great guess. Trick question. It was still Simba. Both females hunt for the pride because they're quicker, more agile than the males. A female only weighs about 400 pounds and stretches 5 feet long from nose to tip of the tail, where a male line's about 550, stretch about 8 feet long. That's why those scimitar horned orcs back there are very fortunate. They got their name from the scimitar sword in the Middle East. They bear striking resemblance. Even some babooni over there. But personally, folks, I'm really happy lions remain inactive so long, otherwise we may not ever see any of these other animals. I want you to keep your eyes open for Africa's largest burrowing animal. They are very difficult to locate, most likely sleeping somewhere deep into one of these burrows. But keep your eyes open for the warthog. Most people believe Pumbaa to mean warthog, but Pumbaa is actually Swahili for foolish. Well, on the left-hand side, some more Mabooni eggs with the Mabooni on the right. Mabooni eggs on the left, Mabooni on the right. Even, let's see here, another view of the scimitar horned orcs with another Mabooni laying down and some Bantabak on the right. That's one big bird. Mabooni. Mabooni. Poachers. Oh, roger that, Wilson. What do you say, folks? You want to go after some poachers? Yeah! Alright, we'll give Wilson a hand. We just got to open up a few gates here, and we are good to go. So, oh boy. Well, folks, this does not look good at all. I'm afraid we may be in Majimoto now. We need hot water, so you might want to hang on.
The poachers are heading east. Keep berries and we'll drive them to my patron. Over.
Well, roger that, Wilson. We're just coming around the corner now. In fact, we should be there in just a few moments. Well, go ahead and keep your eyes open anyways, because we are coming up to Magadi Gorge, and I'm gonna level with you. I don't remember this road being here. I'm just thinking if the road's not supposed to be here, well, maybe we shouldn't be either. Although we can't turn back now, Wilson. There's a poacher camp up ahead. I'm afraid we're too late. This one appears to be already deserted.
Oh, not to worry. You drop them right into my patron.
Okay, roger that. In that case, we're staying on them. Hang on, everyone. We're not about to let these poachers get away.
All good.
We located the mother elephant. Thanks to you, they are now full safe. Asante sana, everyone.
And asante sana to you too, Wilson. Glad we could help.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to his father.
Well, roger that, Wilson, and thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for helping us chase off the poachers. But unfortunately, it looks like we may have got a little bit off our scheduled track. So I'm going to drop you off the nearest water post, and well, from there it should be just a short hike back to Harambe Village. So I do hope you join us for another Kilimanjaro Safari, as no two safaris are ever the same. The animals do make sure of that for us. So if you would, take a few moments, check your pockets in those neck compartments. Make sure you have all your personal items, since it will be about 2 weeks before I make it back this way. While here in Harambe, we don't believe in goodbyes. We say kwaherini, an old Swahili word, simply means to go well. So thank you for joining us today. Please make sure you have all your personal items, so watch your step on the right hand side, as the warden's going to be opening these doors. And kwaherini, everyone.
Welcome back, everybody. Watch your hands, feet on the right side, and watch your step. Have a great day.
Well, folks, remember,